fire at you.
Go ahead.
Given that you're well aware of our local crime stats, are you able to comment as to whether or not you feel our community is a safe place and for children to be walking to and from school regularly?
Safety is a relative term. I personally, looking at the crime stats, Mildura is still, to me, a very safe place. Do I think it's safe for kids to walk to school? Absolutely. I think it's safe, and I think it's healthy, and it's good for them, and it gives them some form of independence as well.
I guess that comes over to the topic of the fear of a stranger danger, someone walking up to my child, whether it's coaching them into a car or someone navigating their way. How can we advise parents to maybe build up those skills with their child on what to do if a stranger approaches them?
Talk to your kids, educate your kids, tell them what to do, give them direction. Don't leave it up to them. Give them some direction. Give them a course of action to take. If something like that does happen, give them a course of action.
To get more kids being active to and from school, we need more children walking and more children on bikes. Can you give any advice around coaching kids to cross roads safely?
We coach kids as young as preschool. when they're moving into what we call the big school, and we always tell them, and this is right up until probably grade 6. It's always the same message. You don't have to overcomplicate it depending on the age of the kids. The message should always be the same. Things like using crossing. If there's a crossing available, use it. If there's traffic lights, make sure you use them. If there's a school crossing, make sure that you do what the attendant tells you to do. Make sure you always stop. Make sure you always look both ways. Make sure you're not running across the road. And the new one for particularly the older kids at primary school age, but there's probably the second half of primary school, is mobile devices. So the new messaging that's probably taken over the last year or two is that if you've got a mobile device, when you get to a road, take your headphones out, pause whatever you're doing, put your phone in your pocket, cross the road, and then you just put them back in. But don't be distracted by having a phone or a tablet or something like that in your hand, or having earphones in your ears, because the old stop, look, listen, think, if you're accessing a mobile device, you're not doing any of those.
Yeah. And is there any other tips, strategies, advice you'd like to share with our community?
Just for parents, you trust your kids. Trust that they'll do the right thing. Trust that you've taught them the right messages. Teach them some independence. Maybe walk with them every now and again, or walk with them at the start. Develop a route, because normally if kids are familiar with the route, they'll know when to stop. They'll know where the dangers are. Things like maybe laneways like we're in now. Kids may still see the footpath, little kids. So if they're taught by parents to, if there's something like this, you've got to stop. Watching for cars backing out of driveways, that's another one. If you're approaching a driveway, don't be running, don't be distracted, slow down, have a look. If there's nothing coming, it's safe to cross, but always make sure you're safe. But yeah, just have a bit of trust in your kids. Trust that they'll do the right thing because you've taught them the right way.